So here we have a problem 1. Vector A, B and C are three vectors respectively given by 2i plus k, I plus j plus k and 4i minus 3j plus 7k. Then vector R which satisfies R cross B is equal to C cross B and R dot A is equal to 0 is. So we have to find vector R such that this equation is getting satisfied. Okay. For this, we will be using the relation that is R cross B is equal to C cross B. So we have a relation vector R cross B is equal to vector C cross B. And another relation vector R dot vector A is equal to 0. So if we see that here is vector R cross B, where is vector C cross B, and we have a relation R dot A with A. So but in equation 1 there is no vector involving A. So let us try to find out the cross product. Since these two vectors are equal, so we have A cross R cross B is equal to A cross C cross B, right? So using the formula for vector product, cross product, we will have A cross R cross B as vector A dot vector B times vector R minus vector A dot vector R times vector B, and this side vector A dot vector B times vector C minus vector A dot vector C times vector B, right? So let us find all the values. We have vector A, B and C, values of vector A, B and C. So we can find vector A is given as I plus j plus k. Vector A is given as I plus j plus k. Vector B is given as this is vector B, I plus j plus k. Vector A is given as 2i plus k. Vector A is given as 2i plus k. 2i plus k. So this is basically vector A and this is vector B. And we have vector C as 4i minus 3j plus 7k. 4i minus 3j plus 7k. So what is the value of for A dot B? So A dot B is I times I means 2 plus j times means 0 plus k. A dot B is 3, and we will be needing, this is A dot R is 0 because R dot A is given as 0, so A dot R is equal to R dot A, which is equal to 0, and we have to find A dot C. So A dot C is 4 times 2 8, 3 times 0 0 and 7 times 1 7, which is equal to 15, right? So if we substitute the values of quantities A dot B and A dot C, we will be getting, in this equation we will be getting 3 times vector R minus 0 is equal to 3 times vector C minus 15 times vector B, right? So vector R is equal to 3 times vector so we can write as vector R as vector C minus 3 times vector B, right? 3 here it should be 5 times 3 times 5, so 15, 5 times vector B. So we have vector C as 4i minus 3j plus 7k, and 5 times vector B as 5i minus 5j minus 5k, right? Okay. So we have 4 minus 5 minus I, minus 3 minus 5 minus 8, and 7 minus 5 2. So we have vector R as minus I minus 8j plus 2k. Minus I minus 8j plus 2k. So option C is the correct one, right? So moving to the next question. The scalar product A dot B plus C cross A plus B plus C equals to. So let us first calculate vector B plus vector C cross vector A plus vector B plus vector C. So this will result vector B cross vector A plus vector B cross vector B plus vector B cross vector C. Now for vector C cross vector A plus vector C cross vector B plus vector C cross vector C. So cross product of two identical vectors will result to 0 because angle between them is 0. So we have B cross A from here. Okay. B cross C. Again vector B cross C and vector C cross B are out of phase. That is B cross C, direction of B cross C is just opposite to the direction of C cross B. So they will cancel each other. So we have only left with C cross A now. So vector B cross A plus vector C cross A, right? Or equivalently we can write vector B plus C cross A. Okay. Now we have to find A dot this vector, which means A dot vector B plus C cross A, right? So if we check, the cross product of this vector will be perpendicular to vector A, and we are taking a vector which is, we are taking a dot product of vector A which is perpendicular to vector A. So the result is 0. That means option A is correct. Okay. So moving to the next question. Let A is equal to 2i minus j plus k, B is equal to 2i plus 2j minus k, and C is equal to I plus j minus 2k. The three vectors, a vector in a plane of B and C whose projection on A is of magnitude under root 2 by 3. So we have to find a vector which is in the plane of vector B and C and whose length of projection on vector A is of magnitude root under 2 by 3. So we can write a vector in plane of vector B and C as B plus lambda C, right? Because all those three vectors, say this vector is R, so R is equal to B plus lambda C. So that means R, B and C are dependent vectors. That's why they are lying on a plane. Okay. So we have a relation like this. Okay. So we can calculate R in terms of B and C with a variable lambda. So B is given as, vector B is given as I plus 2j minus k. Vector B is given as I plus 2j minus k, and vector C is given as I plus j minus 2k. Okay. I plus j minus 2k. So we have vector R as B plus lambda C. That means 1 plus lambda I plus 2 plus lambda j, okay, minus 1 plus 2 lambda k, right? So we have vector R. Now the projection of vector R on vector A is of length root 2 by 3. So we have the projection of vector, let us write what is vector A. Vector A is 2i minus j plus k. Vector A is given as 2i minus j plus k. So we have a projection of vector R on A. Say this is vector R, this is vector A. So its projection is this length, that is, say this angle is theta, then R cos theta. That means projection of vector R on vector A is given as R dot A, okay, upon magnitude of A, because this is R A cos theta upon magnitude of A. So this is the projection. So this is of length root 2 by 3. It's given. So what is R dot A? R dot A is nothing but 1 plus lambda 2 times minus 2 plus lambda, okay, minus 1 plus 2 lambda, okay, upon magnitude of vector A. Magnitude of vector A is given as 2 square plus 1 plus 1 root under 4 plus 1 plus 1, 4 1 5 1 6 root under 6, right? 2 square is 4, 4 1 5 1 6 root under 6 is equal to root under 2 upon 3, or we have 2 minus 2 0 minus 1 2 lambda minus lambda, that is lambda minus 2 lambda minus lambda, okay, upon root 6 is equal to root under 2 by 3, or we have 1 plus lambda square upon 6 is equal to 2 upon 3. 3 times 2, 2 to the 4. So 1 plus lambda square is equal to 4. Or we have 1 plus lambda as 2 or 1 plus lambda as minus 2. So lambda can be 1 or minus 3. So if we take lambda as 1, then we will be getting, if we take lambda as 1, then we will be getting r vector r as, for lambda is equal to 1, r vector is 1 plus lambda. This is r vector. 1 plus lambda means 2i, 1 plus lambda plus 3j, 1 plus lambda, 1 plus 2 lambda, lambda is 1, 3k, minus 3k, okay. And if we take lambda is equal to minus 3, right? From here we are getting two value, lambda is equal to 1 and lambda is equal to minus 3. So if we take lambda is equal to minus 3, then we will be getting r vector as minus 3 plus 1 minus 2i, okay, minus 3 minus j, okay, minus 3, lambda is minus 3 means minus 6 plus 1 minus 5 plus 5k. So we have 2 r vector, okay. One is 2i plus 2i plus 3j minus 3k, and another is minus 2i minus j plus 5k. So from here option A seems to be correct. 2i plus 3j minus 3k, 2i plus 3j minus 3k, and minus 2i minus j minus 5 plus 5k. So option A is correct one, okay. So now moving to the next question. A parallelogram is constructed on 5a plus 2b and a minus 3b. Okay, two vectors are given who represents the sides of parallelogram. Okay, where modulus of a is given, modulus of b is given. If the angle between a and b is pi by 4, then length of longer diagonal is, okay. So we have a parallelogram. Say this is a parallelogram which is made up of two vectors, say r1 vector and r2 vector. Okay. So we have to find the length of longer diagonal. That means length of r1 plus r2. Okay. So r1 plus r2 is given as 5a plus 2b. So there are two diagonals. One is r1 plus r2 and another is r1 minus r2. So r1 plus r2 is given as 5a plus 2b plus a minus 3b, which is equal to 6a minus b, and r1 minus r2 is given as 5a plus 2b minus a plus 3b, right, which is equal to 4a plus 5b. So we have to find the length of r1 plus r2 as well as r1 minus r2 and check which diagonal is longer, because it is asking the length of longer diagonal. So we have to find 6a minus b modulus of this number. Okay. So square of modulus of this number can be written as 6a minus b dot 6a minus b, right, because a dot a is nothing but a magnitude a times cos 0, so it is a square basically. So therefore we have 6a minus b square as this number. So we have 6 times a dot a minus 6 times a dot b minus again 6 times a dot b, okay, plus b dot b. So we have 6a square plus b square minus 6a dot b. Okay. So value of modulus of a is given as 2 root 2. So a square and b modulus of b is given as 3. So a square is 8. 8 6 are 48 plus b square is 9 minus 6 times magnitude of a magnitude of b into cos of angle between them, which is given as pi by 4. So we have 48 plus 9 minus 6 into 2 root 2 into b is given as 3 into cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. So root 2 cancels. 6 times 3 times 2 36. So we have 48 minus 9 plus 36. So this results in 48 minus 27. 48 plus 27. Okay. 15 75, which is equal to 75. Right. So that means length of diagonal R1 plus R2 is 6a minus b mod, which is equal to root under 75 5 root 3. Okay. Now we will be finding length of diagonal R1 minus R2, which is equal to 4a plus 5b. So we have 4a plus 5b square as 4a plus 5b dot 4a plus 5b, which is equal to 16a square plus 20ab, that means 40a dot b plus 25b square. Putting the magnitudes of the number, a is 2 root 2, that means 8, 16 into 8, okay, plus 25 into 9 plus 40 into a dot b is 2 root 2 into 3 into 1 by root 2, right? So we have 128 plus 225 plus root 2 will be getting cancelled, 240. We have 3, 8, 583. Okay. So magnitude, its magnitude is, so magnitude of R1 minus R2 is magnitude of 4a plus 5b, okay, which is equal to root under 583. So this is obviously for root under 583 is greater than 5 root under 3, that is root under 75. So we have the longest diagonal as root under 583. Here we have done some mistake. It should be actually see 13 and 2 to 4 8, it's 9. It should be 9 here, right? So we have 593. So here it should be 9, 593. That means our longest diagonal is, length of longest diagonal is 593. Option B is correct, right? Okay, fine. Now moving to the next question. Let A, B, C be distinct and non-negative. Okay. A, B, C are scalars which are non-negative as well as different from each other. If the vector AI plus AJ plus CK, I plus J and CI plus CJ plus BK lie in a plane, then C is. See, it is given that all three vectors are coplanar. That means these all three vectors must be dependent. So we have this matrix A, C. 1, 0, 1. Coefficient AAC, 1, 0, 1 and CCB. Determinant must be 0 because these are coplanar, so they are dependent. So from here we have, if you try to expand this by taking this row and this column, 1, okay, minus 1, AB minus C square, okay, plus 0, then minus 1 again, C, Okay. It's not C. We have to make the determinant A, C, 1, 0, 1 and C, B is equal to 0. So we expand it by, say, this. So we have minus 1 AB minus C square, and then this is 0 and then expanded by through this. So we have AC minus AC, which is also 0. So plus 0 minus 0 is equal to 0, or we have AB minus C square is equal to 0, or we have C square is equal to AB. That means C is the geometric mean of A and B, because C is equal to root AB. So option B is correct here, right? Okay, fine. Now moving to the next question. So we have the ratio in which YZ plane divides the line joining 2, 4, 5 and 3, 5, 7. Okay. So we have to find the ratio in which YZ plane divides the line joining these 2 points. Say we have 2 points, 2, 4, 5, and we have a point 3, 5, 7. Let the ratio be k:1. Okay. So we will be getting point. Say this point is x, y, z. Let us find the x coordinate of point which is divided in the ratio k:1. So x is given as 3k plus 2 by k plus 1. Okay. This must be 0 because this is actually YZ plane. So on YZ plane, x coordinate is 0. Fine. So this must be 0. So k must be equal to minus 2 by 3. So the ratio is minus 2:3. Option A is correct here. Okay. So we have a problem here. If the straight line x minus 3 upon minus 4, y minus 4 upon minus 7, z plus 3 upon 13 lies on the plane this, then A is equal to. Okay. So this straight line lies on this plane, right? Say we have a solution. So we have a straight line x minus 3 upon minus 4 is equal to y minus 4 upon minus 7 is equal to z plus 3 upon 13. This straight line lies on plane 5x minus y plus z is equal to 0 plus z is equal to A. So we have to find the value of A, right? So let us take this is equal to R. So we have x is equal to minus 4R plus 3, y is equal to minus 7R plus 4, and z is equal to 13R minus 3, right? Okay. This is a parametric equation of line in terms of R. Now say this line, this line lies on this plane. So if we try to find, say, 2 of the points on this line, if you try to find any point by putting the value of R, we will be getting points on line. Okay. So this must satisfy this point, also satisfy the plane also. Okay. So if we take, say, R is equal to 1, so we will be getting point x is equal to R is equal to 1, x is equal to minus 1, y is equal to minus 3, and z is equal to 10. So this point also satisfies this plane. So we have minus 5 plus 3 plus 10, okay, is equal to A. So A must be equal to 10 minus 2, which is equal to 8, right? So A must be equal to A. So here option C is correct. Okay. Problem number 9. If the angle between line x plus 1 upon 1 is equal to, the line is x plus 1 upon 1 is equal to y minus 1 upon 2 is equal to z minus 2 upon 2. And there is a plane 2x minus y plus root under lambda z plus 4 is such that sin theta is 1 by 3. Then the value is lambda is. See, angle between line and a plane. So say we have a plane, okay, and we have a, say this is line, and this is the angle made by line and a plane. Okay, we already know the direction vector of this plane. The vector is, the vector, that means direction ratio is 2, minus 1 and root under lambda. Okay, and the direction vector of this line is 1, 2, 2. Okay, so angle between these two vectors, say this is phi, can be given as cos phi is equal to this vector dot this vector. Say this vector is n vector and this vector is, say, capital B vector. So angle between these two vectors can be given as n dot b upon magnitude of nb, right? So we have this cos phi, which is also equal to sin theta, isn't it? So sin theta is equal to cos phi, okay, which is equal to n dot b is 2 times 1, 2 minus 1 times 2 minus 2 plus 2 times lambda, 2 root lambda upon magnitude of n into magnitude of b, which is equal to 2 square plus 1 plus lambda under root times 2 square plus 2 square, 4, 4, 8 plus 1, 9, root under 9, which is equal to 3. So this cos sin theta is equal to 2 root lambda upon 3 times root under 5 plus lambda, right? Which is equal to 1 by 3 as given in the question, that sin theta is 1 by 3. So squaring both sides, 3 will be getting cancelled. Squaring both sides, we will be getting 4 lambda is equal to 5 plus lambda, or lambda is equal to 5 by 3, right? So from here option D is correct. Okay. Moving to the next questions. Points 0, minus 1, minus 1, minus 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 1 and 3, 9, 4 are collinear, coplanar, forming a square. None of these. Okay. So we have 4 points. 0, minus 1, minus 1, minus 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 1 and 3, 9, 4. Okay. Say if these points are, say, collinear. Collinear means lie on a straight line. That means if we form any two vectors, then all those two vectors must be, say, if we form this vector, or if we form this vector, or if we form vector from this point and this point, then these all three vectors must be dependent, right? All three vectors depend on each other. Or if it is coplanar, then it must be collinear also. So coplanar and collinear are two. If a vector is collinear, then it must be coplanar, right? So we have to, let us check whether these 4 points are coplanar or not. So for these 4 points to be coplanar, we should have all three vectors defined. Say, let us take, we define vector. So this is point A, this is point B, this is point C, this is point D. So let us define vector AB. Let us define vector AC. Let us define vector AD. Okay. So for this point to be on a plane, we have all three vectors as coplanar vector, right? Coplanar vector means they are independent. So we have AB vector as this minus this, 4i minus 1 minus 4 minus 5j minus 1 minus 4 minus 5k. AC vector as 0 minus 4 minus 4i minus 1 minus 5 minus 6j minus 1 minus 1 minus 2k. AD vector as 0 minus 3 minus 3i. AD vector minus 3i minus 1 minus 9 minus 10j minus 1 minus 4 minus 5k. So if these three vectors are coplanar, then we have 4 minus 5 minus 5 minus 4 minus 6 minus 2 minus 3 minus 10 minus 5. Determinant must be equal to 0. So let us check that what is the value of its determinant. So the value of determinant is 4 times, say it is delta, so delta must be equal to 4 times, say we are taking this, first we are taking this, so we have 4 times 6 5 the 30 minus 10 to the 20, 30 minus 20 minus of 4, that means plus 4 times. Now we are taking this one, so we have 4 times minus 5 times minus 5 25 and minus 10 times minus 5, which is equal to minus 50. Okay, then minus 3. Finally we are taking this one, so we have minus 3 minus 5 times minus 2 10 minus 6 times 5 minus 5 30, so 30, or we have 40 here, 30 minus 20 10 times 4 40 here, minus 25 here, so it should be minus 100, and we have 10 minus 30, which is minus 20, which is 60 here, so we are getting 0. That means determinant of this is 0. That's why these all 4 points must be coplanar, because these 3 vectors are dependent, coming to be dependent, so these points must be coplanar. So option B is correct. Okay, now moving to the next question. We have the equation of line which passes through point P and point Q. So we have 2 points, point P 1 0 minus 3 and point Q is given as minus 2 1 4. So direction ratio, first let us find the direction ratio of PQ. Direction ratio of PQ is given by 1 minus 2, I mean 1 minus minus 2, 0 minus 1 and minus 3 minus 4, which is equal to 3 minus 1 minus 7. So this is the direction ratio, right? And we have 2 points also. So equation of line passing through these 2 points can be written as, say if we take point 1 0 3, then we will be writing x minus 1 upon 3 is equal to y minus 0 upon minus 1 is equal to z plus 3 upon 7, right? Upon minus 7. Okay. So say we have point 1 0 minus 3 minus 2 1 4. 1 0 minus 3 minus 2 1 4. So 1 minus minus 2 3, 0 minus 1, it's coming minus 1, and we have minus 3. See, this point should be minus 4 here, so this is minus 4, so we have minus 3 minus of minus 4 plus 4, this should be 1. Okay, so here it should be plus 1. Okay, So we have equation of line x minus y upon 3 is equal to y minus 1, y upon minus 1 is equal to z plus 3 upon plus 1. So if we see which of these equations satisfy this one. So here the this are same as above, and this are same as above. But if we check below, its direction ratio is 3 1 1, whereas its direction ratio is minus 3 1 minus 1, and our direction ratio is coming as 3 minus 1 1. So we have the direction ratio is minus 1. So this direction ratio is same as this direction ratio because its ratio is minus 1, whereas this is not the same case. So option D is correct, right? Okay. Now we have next problem. The equation of a plane containing the line 2x minus 5y plus 27, 2x plus 3y minus z is equal to 5, and parallel to the line this. So we have two lines. Okay. Say this line and another line, this line, whose equations are known. So we have to find a plane, equation of a plane which is on this line, right? Which contains both these two lines, okay? And also which is parallel to the line this. So say the equation of plane containing the lines this and this and parallel to the line this. So there is not, if we see two, if we have two lines on which contains a plane which are intersecting, right? Two lines which are intersecting. Okay, see, the question is like this. These are the equation of plane, these are not the equation of lines. So we have a line which is represented by two planes. What does that mean? A line represented by two planes. A line can be represented using two planes, right? Because whenever two planes intersect, they intersect at a line, right? So this is a line, this is the equation of a line, okay? Because we have given two planes. So point of intersection of these two planes gives a line. So this is a line of intersection of these two planes. So we have one line here and another line here. Okay, so the equation of plane containing the line this, which contain the line this and which is parallel to the line this. Okay, right? So let us find the line which is, let us find the equation of a line which is the intersection of these two planes, this plane and this plane. So we have two planes, 2x minus 5y plus 2z is equal to 6. 2x minus 5y plus 2z is equal to 6, and another plane as 2x plus 3y minus z is equal to 5. 2x plus 3y minus z is equal to 5. 2x plus 3y minus z is equal to 5. Okay. So we have a vector which is perpendicular to this plane. A vector is 2i minus 5j plus 2k. And we have a vector perpendicular to this plane which is 2i plus 3j minus k. So if we take cross product of these two vectors, we will get a vector which is parallel to the line which contains these two planes, right? Okay. So 2i minus 5j plus 2k cross 2i plus 3j minus k will be giving 2i cross 2i which is 0, 2i cross 3j which is 6, 2i cross 3j which is 2 times 3, 6k, 2i cross minus k which is equal to 2j. Okay. Now 5j, ji, let us denote I, j, k. So ji is minus k. So plus 10k, okay, ji minus k. So minus 5, 10. 5j, 3j, 0. 5jk. jk is I. So 5 times 1. So 5i. Now 2k times 2i. ki is j. So plus 4j. 2k, 3j. K times j is always equal to minus I. So minus 6i. And this is 0. So we have I as this is j, right? 2i, 2i, j, 2i, 3j, k, 2i, 3k, j. So this j, ki, j, j0, and j, ki. So this is I, 5i. So we have I component as minus I, j component as plus 6j, and k component as plus 16k. Okay. So we have a direction ratio of a vector which is parallel to the line of intersection of these two planes, right? And we have a line which is parallel to this. So we have to find the equation which contains this line and is parallel to this line. Okay. So normal vector to the plane which is parallel to this one. Okay. Parallel to this one, and also parallel to this vector, that is this vector lies on, see, the equation of plane contains the line. So this vector is also this vector must be perpendicular to the vector, which is this vector must be perpendicular to the normal vector of plane. This is perpendicular to normal vector of the plane, right? This vector must be perpendicular to the normal vector of the plane, and since this line is also parallel to the plane, so vector 1, minus 6 and 7, that is 1, minus 6, I, minus 6j plus 7k. Okay. Here let us check whether we have done it correctly or not. Cross product k component 2, 2i, 0, 2i, 3j, 6k, and we will be getting k component as well here also, 5j, 2i, ji minus 10. Okay, so we have this vector which is also perpendicular to the normal vector of a plane, right? So we have these two vectors. Okay, so this is the direction ratio of vector which is perpendicular to the normal vector of the plane, and this vector is also perpendicular to the normal vector of the plane. So we can also take cross product of two vectors to find the normal vector of the plane, and we find one of the point on this plane using these two equations and find the equation of plane. But see, this method seems to be very long. So this is not for examination point of view. We cannot follow this method in examination point of view as it takes a lot of time. So if we see this question more carefully, so we have to find the equation of plane which is passing through the point of intersection of these two planes and parallel to line. So this question is modified in this way. We have to find the equation of plane which is passing through the point of intersection of this plane and this plane and is parallel to the line this. So this can be made very simpler. So we have a equation of plane P1 and equation of plane P2, and we have to find the equation of plane P passing through point of intersection of P1 and P2. So it can be given by P1 plus lambda P2, isn't it? Okay, so let us write the equation of P1 and P2. So we have the equation of P1 as 2x minus 5y plus 2z is equal to 6. 2x minus 5y plus 2z is equal to 6. Or we can write it in form 2x minus 5y plus 2z minus 6 is equal to 0. And equation of plane P2 is 2x plus 3y minus z is equal to 5. 2x plus 3y minus z is equal to 5, or we have 2x plus 3y minus z minus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, minus z minus 5 is equal to 0. So p1 plus lambda p2 can be written as 2 1 plus lambda x plus minus 5 plus 3 lambda y, okay, plus 2 minus lambda z minus 6 plus 5 lambda is equal to 0. Okay, so this plane is parallel to line whose direction ratio are given as 1 minus 6 and 7. So we have a line whose direction ratio are 1 minus 6 and 7. 1 minus 6 and 7. So, and these are the direction ratio of a normal vector of line. So this must be perpendicular. So we have 2 1 plus lambda into 1 plus minus 5 plus 3 lambda into minus 6 plus 2 minus lambda into 7 is equal to 0, or we have 2 plus lambda plus 30, 5 6 is 30, minus 6 is 18 lambda plus 2 14 plus 14 minus 7 lambda is equal to 0, or we have 2 plus 30 plus 14, 30 plus 16, 46. Okay, 2 plus 14, 16, 16 plus 30, 46, plus lambda minus 25 lambda plus lambda minus 24 lambda. Okay, this is 2 lambda, so minus 23 lambda. So this is, we have minus 23 lambda is equal to 0, or lambda is coming as 2, right? So we have a equation of plane as 2, lambda is 2, so 2 times 3, 6x, lambda is 2, 6 minus 5 plus y, lambda is 2, so 0, lambda is 2, so 5 to the 10, 10 plus 6, 16 is equal to 16, 6x plus y is equal to 16, 6x plus y is equal to 16. So from here option B is the correct one. Okay, fine. Now moving to the next question. We have a comprehension. So there is a line L1 passing through a point minus 4 minus 6 1. Okay, and is parallel to a line, given line, parallel to some given line, and the second line L2 is the line of intersection of planes this and this. So both L1 and L2 are coplanar. It is also given that both lines L1 and L2 are coplanar, that L1 and L2 lie on the same plane, right? So point of intersection of L1 and L2 is, so the first part is asking the point of intersection of L1 and L2. Okay, so we have the equation of line N1, because L1 is passing through point this, and we have a line which is parallel to that L1, so the direction ratio of both lines should be same. So we have equation of line L1 as equation of L1 x, so we have a point minus 4 minus 6 1, so x plus 4 y plus 6 z minus 1 upon is equal to, so, and the direction ratios are 3 5 minus 2. Okay, so we have x plus 4 upon 3 is equal to y plus 6 upon 5 is equal to z minus 1 upon minus 2 is a line L1. Okay, and the second line L2 is a line of intersection of planes, given planes. So we have a second line L2 as a line of intersection of these two planes. Okay, so we can find line L2, but here in the question it is asking the point of intersection of line L1 and L2. right? So we have to find the point of intersection of line L1 and L2. So let us find the point of intersection. So we have found the equation of line. So x plus 4 is equal to 3 is equal to y plus 6 upon 5 is equal to z minus 1 upon minus 2. Let it be r, where r is some variable. So we can write x is equal to 3r minus 4, y is equal to 5r minus 6, and z is equal to minus 2r plus 1, right? So since if you read the question carefully, it is given that line L1 and L2 are coplanar, so they lie upon a single plane. Okay, so the point of intersection of L1 and L2 is same as the point of intersection of L1 with any of these two planes, right? Wherever the line L1 intersect with any of these two planes, okay, because this L1 may not be coplanar with these planes. So wherever the line L1 intersect with any of these two planes, we will be getting the point of intersection of line L1 and L2. So let us find the point of intersection of this L1 line with this plane. Okay, we are taking this plane. We can also take this plane. Okay, so let us take this plane and find the point of intersection of L1 with this plane. Okay, so point of intersection of L1 with this plane, we have already found the point in terms of r. So let us put this xyz in this line, so to get the value of r, and hence finding the point of intersection, that is xyz. So the equation of plane is 3x, x is 3r minus 4 minus 2y, y is 5r minus 6 plus z, which is minus 2r plus 1 plus 5 is equal to 0, or we have 9r minus 12 minus 10r plus 12 minus 2r plus 1 plus 5 is equal to 0. 12 will get cancelled. 9r minus 10r is minus r minus 2r minus 3r plus 6 is equal to 0, or r is equal to 2. So we are getting r is equal to 2. So x is equal to 3r minus 4, that is 3 times 2, 6 minus 4, 2. Y is equal to 5r minus 6, 5 times 2, 10 minus 6, which is 4. And z is equal to minus 2r plus 1, which is minus 2 times 2, minus 4 plus 1, minus 3. So we have point of intersection as 2, 4 and minus 3. So 2, 4 and minus 3. Option C is correct therefore. Okay. Now moving to the next question, we have the equation of plane containing line L1 and passing through point 1, minus 2, 2. So we have to find the equation of plane which contains line L1 and which also passes through point 1, minus 2, 2. Okay, so basically the equation of L1 is given by this. So we have line L1 as x plus 4 upon 3, x plus 4 upon 3 is equal to y plus 6 upon 5, y plus 6 upon 5 is equal to z minus 1 upon minus 2, right? This is the equation of line L1, isn't it? So and we have to find the equation of a plane which contains this line, right, and which passes through point 1, minus 2, 2. Okay, right? So for finding the equation of a plane, we have to find the direction ratio of normal to the plane, right? Or simply we can say we have to find the normal vector of a plane. Okay, so one vector which is parallel to the line can be given by 3i plus 5j minus 2k, because 3, 5, minus 2 are direction ratio of a line. So this vector is in direction of line. So this vector is in the direction of line. You can write this vector is in the direction of line. line L1, and we can find one more vector which is also on the plane, okay, which is also perpendicular to the normal vector of a plane, because which also is in the direction of is on the plane, parallel to the plane. That vector will be 1 minus 2 2 and a point on a line. Let us take the point on a line as minus 4 minus 6 1. See, this is a point on a line as given, x plus 4 y plus 6 z minus 1. So minus 4 minus 6 1 is a point on a line, and we have a point on a plane, another point on a plane as 1 minus 2 2. So we can find a vector between these 2 points. Line joining these 2 points is a vector, so we can find this vector, and this vector is also parallel to the plane, right? So the vector we get is 1 minus 4 5 minus 2 minus 6 is 4, and 2 minus 1 is 1. So this vector, that is 5i plus 4j plus k, is also perpendicular to the normal vector of a plane. So therefore, taking cross product of these two vectors, because we have to find a vector which is perpendicular to both these vectors, so we have to take cross product. So taking cross product of these two vectors, we will be getting the normal vector of a plane. So let us take the cross product 3i plus 5j minus 2k cross 5i plus 4j plus k. Okay, so we have 0, 3i cross 5i 0, 3i cross 4j 12k, right? 3i plus k, 3i cross k is minus 3j. Okay, now 5j 5i, ji minus k, so minus 25k. Okay, j cross j 0, 5j cross k plus 5i jki. See, I j k, so I cross j k cross I j cross a I, or if you move in opposite direction, j cross I minus k cross j minus I, or I cross j k minus j. So we are using this method to find j cross I or any of the cross products, so between unit vectors. So now k cross I is j, so minus 10j here, to minus 2k cross 5i and minus 2k cross 4j, so k cross j is minus I, so that is plus 8i, right? And k cross k 0. So overall we are getting, in I we are getting 13i, in j we are getting minus 10j minus 3j minus 13j, okay, and in k plus 12k minus 25k, which is minus 13k. So this is a vector which is in direction of normal to the plane, right? So we can take 13 as a common and write as I minus j minus k. So here we are getting this vector also. This vector is also in the direction of normal to the plane. So we can write simply 1 minus 1 1 is direction ratio of normal to the plane. So we can write the equation of a plane if we know a point on a plane and a normal vector to the plane. So in question it is given the point on a plane is 1 minus 2 2. So let us find right now the equation of the plane. So 1 minus 2 2 is a point on a plane. So equation of a plane is 1 minus 2 and 2. So equation of a plane is 1 times this plus minus 1 times this and plus 1 times this is equal to 0. So that is, if A, B, C are direction ratio of a plane and plane is passing through point x1, y1, z1, then we have equation of plane as A, x minus x1 plus B, y minus y1 plus C, z minus z1 is equal to 0. So we have done that. That is, this is A, x minus x1 plus B, y minus y1 plus Z, C, z minus z1. So if you simplify this, then we will be getting x minus 1 plus minus y minus 2, okay, plus z minus 2 is equal to 0. So x minus y plus z minus 1 minus 2 minus 2 to 4 is equal to 5. Okay, x minus y plus z is equal to 5. One minus 2 is the equation of a plane. We have done some mistake. Let us check. Equation of a, see, we have done one writing mistake. Here the direction ratios are 1, minus 1 and minus 1. So here we have written 1, minus 1 and plus 1. So this would be minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. So in place of plus here it should be minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. So this step, or we have x minus 1 minus y minus 2 minus z plus 2 is equal to 0. So we have x minus y minus z, 2 will be cancelled, is equal to 1. So this is the equation of our plane. X minus y minus z is equal to 1. So x minus y minus z is equal to 1. Hence option A is correct. Right? Moving to the next question. Direction ratio of line L2 is. Now we have to find the direction ratio of line L2. So let us see in comprehension what is line L2. The line L2 is a line of intersection of planes, given planes. Okay, line of intersection of given planes, and their question is asking to find the direction ratio of line L2. So we already know the normal vectors of plane, given planes, that is 3x minus 2y plus z is equal to 5 and 2x plus 3y plus 4z minus 4, from which line L2 is being made, right? Because the plane where the planes intersect on a line, so that line is L2. So the direction ratio of line L2 must be a vector which is perpendicular to both normal vectors of planes P1 and P2. Say this plane is P1, say this is plane P1 and this is plane P2. So direction ratio of line L2 is perpendicular to the normal vectors of both planes P1 and P2, right? So taking cross product of P1 and P2, we will be getting the direction ratio of line L2, right? So we have the normal vectors 3, minus 2, 1 for plane P1 and 2, 3, 4 for plane P2, right? 3 minus 2, 1 for plane P1 and 2, 3, 4 for plane P2, right? For plane P1, 3, minus 2, 1, and for plane P2, 2, 3 and 4, right? Two, 3 and 4, okay? So that is the vector given by 3i minus 2j plus k, and here 2i plus 3j plus 4k, right? So taking cross product of these two vectors, we will be getting the direction ratio of line L2. So that is 3i minus 2j plus k cross 2i plus 3j plus 4k. So that is 3i cross 2i, again 0, 3i ijk 9k, okay, 3i 4k minus 12j, okay, minus 2j minus 2j 2i plus 4k, okay, ji minus k I j k. So ji minus k, then j 0, then j cross k is I, that is minus 2 minus plus 4, minus 2 times minus 8i. Now from k, k I j So plus plus 2j kj minus I. So k3 minus 3i and kk0. So for I it is minus 11i, for j it is minus 10j, and for k it is 13k, right? So minus 11, minus 10 and 13 is the direction ratio. Or if we take minus as a common, then we will be getting 11, 10 and minus 13, because direction ratio is the ratio simply. So 11, 10 and minus 13 is the direction ratio. From from in the options, option C is getting matched. So 11, 10 minus 3, that means option C is correct. Okay. Now question number 16. Distance between line L1 and this given line x minus 1 upon 3 is equal to y plus 2 upon 5 is equal to z minus 2 upon minus 2 is. So equation of line L1. First we have to see what is the equation of line L1. Equation of line L1 is x plus 4 upon 3, right? This is the equation of line L1. Y plus 6 upon 5, z minus 1 upon minus 2. 4, 6, 1, 3, 5, 2. Right? This is the equation of line L1. And equation of line this given line from which we have to find the distance is x minus 1 upon 3, okay, is equal to y plus 2 upon 5 is equal to z minus 2 upon minus 2. So if we see that the direction ratio of line L1 is 3, 5, minus 2, and this line also direction ratio is 3, 5, minus 2. That means both lines are parallel. So we have to find the distance between these two parallel lines. So to find the distance between two parallel lines, we have a formula. D is equal to A2 minus A1 vector cross B vector upon magnitude of B vector. Okay, overall modulus. So first, what is A2 minus A1? A2 is a point on a line, this line, and A1 is a point on a line, this line, and B is a parallel vector to the line. So we have a parallel vector B vector as 3i plus 5j minus 2k. Okay, and we have A1 vector as minus 4i minus 6j plus k, and A2 vector as I minus 2j minus 2k plus 2k, right? So A2 minus A1 vector is given as 5i plus 4j plus k, isn't it? So we have A2 minus A1 vector cross B vector is equal to 5i plus 4j plus k cross 3i plus 5j minus 2k vector. Okay, so taking the cross product, we will be getting 5i cross 3j 0, 5i cross 5j 25k, 5i cross 2k 10 minus 10, and ik minus j, so plus 10j. Okay, plus 4j 3i, ji minus k, so minus 12k, 4j 5j 0, 4j cross 2k jk I, so minus 8i, plus cross with k j, so 3j, and kj minus I, so minus 5i, and k cross k 0. So the resultant is I minus 13i, j minus 10j plus 3j plus 13j, and k 25k minus 12k plus 13k. right? So we have a vector minus 13 plus 13 minus I plus j plus k as a2 minus a1 cross b. So what is the magnitude of a2 minus a1 cross b? The magnitude of a2 minus a1 cross b vector is 13 times root under 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is 13 root 3, and magnitude of b vector is 3 square plus 5 square plus 4, that is 2 square under root, which is equal to 9 plus 25 plus 4, which is equal to 13 plus 25, 25 plus 13, which is equal to 238, right? So we have distance as 13 root 3 upon root 38, d as 13 root 3 upon root 38. So from here option B is correct. Okay. Now moving to the next question. Angle between planes 3x minus 2y plus z plus 5 is equal to 0 and 2x plus 3y plus 4z minus 4 is equal to 0. So if we see, say this is a plane, okay, and we have another plane, say this is a plane, this is a plane, okay. So say this angle is between this plane and this plane. So angle between two planes is same as angle between their normal vectors. Say this is normal to the plane this, and this is normal to the plane this. So if you check, this angle is must be equal to this angle. So angle between planes is equal to angle between their normal vector. So just we have to find the angle between their normal vector. So normal vector of plane 1, that is 3x plus 2y plus z plus 5 is equal to 0 is 3i minus 2j plus k, and normal vector of plane second plane is 2i plus 3j plus 4k, right? So just we have to find the angle between these two vectors. Magnitude of this vector is 3 square plus 2 square plus 1 square under root, which is equal to root under 9 plus 4 plus 1, root 14, and magnitude of this vector is 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square under root, which is equal to 4 plus 16 plus 9, right? Root under, which is equal to 25 plus 4, root under 29, right? So we have say this is vector A and this is vector B. So we have angle between A and B. A and B is given by A dot B upon cos inverse of A dot B upon magnitude of A into magnitude of B. That's why we have found the magnitudes. So what is A dot B? A dot B is 3 times 2, 6, minus 2 times 3, minus 6, and 1 times 4, plus 4. 4 magnitude of A into magnitude of B, that is root under 14 into 29. So we have cos inverse of 4 upon root under 14 into 29, which is equal to right. So from here option B is the correct one, right? Root cos inverse of 4 upon 406. Okay. So moving to the next question. The coordinate of the foot of perpendicular drawn from A to the join of B and C is, okay. So say this is point B and this is point C, and we have a line joining B to C, this line, and there is a point A, say this is a point A. So we have to find the point, this foot of perpendicular on line joining this. That means we have to find this point. Okay. So let us first find the equation of line BC. Equation of line BC is x minus x1 upon x2 minus x1 is equal to y minus y1 upon y2 minus y1 is equal to z minus z1 upon z2 minus z1, where x1 y1 z1 and x2 y2 z2 are points on the line. So B and C since lies on this line, so we will be taking x1 y1 z1 as coordinate of B and x2 y2 z2 as coordinates of C. Okay, so thus the equation of line is, the coordinates of B are 4, 7, 1. So we can write the equation of line as x minus 4 upon x2 minus x1, which is 3 minus 4 minus 1 is equal to y minus 7, 5 minus 7 minus 2 is equal to z minus 1 upon z2 minus z1, 3 minus 1, 2. So this is the equation of line BC, right? Equation of BC. Okay. Let this point, since this point lie on line BC, so let us take this point as alpha, beta, gamma. So this point be alpha, beta and gamma, which we have to find. Okay, so we can write x minus 1 upon minus 1 is equal to y minus 7 upon minus 2 is equal to z minus 1 upon 2 is equal to, say, r. So if alpha, beta, gamma satisfies this line, then that means alpha, beta, gamma lies on this line. So we have alpha minus 1 upon minus 1 is equal to r, which means alpha is equal to minus r plus 1. Similarly, beta is equal to minus 2r plus 7 and gamma is equal to 2r plus 1, right? Okay. Now if we find the direction ratio of this line, that is, say this point is D, we have found the coordinates of D in terms of some parameter r, right? Alpha, beta and gamma. So if we find the direction ratio of line AD or direction vector of line AD, okay, A point is known, then that direction ratio will be perpendicular to direction ratio or direction vector of line BC, which is minus 1, minus 2 and 2, right? So we have direction ratio of line AD, dr of AD is, in terms of r, we can write, first we have to see what is the coordinate of point A. Coordinate of A is 1, 0 and 3. 1, 0 and 3, right? So we can write the direction ratio of line AD as 1 minus alpha, 0 minus beta and 3 minus gamma. That is 1 minus alpha means 1 minus r minus 1, that is r. 1 minus beta, minus of beta means 2r minus 7 and 3 minus gamma means 3 minus 2r minus 1, 2 minus 2r. So this is the direction ratio of AD, and we have direction ratio of BC as minus 1, minus 2, 2. Since AD is perpendicular to BC, so we have the relation minus 1 times r plus minus 2 times 2r minus 7 plus 2 times 2 minus 2r is equal to 0. Or we have minus r minus 4r plus 14 plus 4 minus 4r is equal to 0, right? Or we have minus r minus 4r minus 4r, which is minus 9r plus 18 is equal to 0, or we have r is equal to 2, right? So r is equal to 2, that means alpha is equal to minus 2 plus 1, which is equal to minus 1. Beta is equal to minus 2r plus 7, which is equal to minus 2 times 2, minus 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. And gamma is equal to 2r plus 1, which is equal to 2 to 4 plus 1, 5. So we have the coordinate of the perpendicular as minus 1, 3, 5. It is not matching our option, so our solution is not matching, so we have done some mistake. See, here is the line is x minus 4, y minus 7, z minus 1. Here we have written x minus 1, so this is not 1, this should be 4. So we have alpha minus 4, so we have alpha is equal to minus r plus 4. Beta is equal to minus 2r plus 7, gamma is equal to 2r plus 1, which means direction ratio should be 1 minus alpha, 1 minus r minus 4, right? So 1 minus r minus 4 means r minus 3. So here it should be r minus 3. Other things are fine. So in place of this it should be r minus 3. That means in place of this it should be plus 3, right? Minus 1 minus r plus 3, right? So we have, instead of 18 it should be 3 more, that is 19, 20, 21. So it should be 21. Instead of 18 it should be plus 21 is equal to 0. That means r is equal to minus of 21 upon 9. That means 3 7 are 21, 3 3 are 9, 7 by 3. So we have alpha beta gamma as alpha as minus r plus 4, that is 7 by 3 plus 4, which is equal to 12 by 3 minus 1 by 3, which is equal to 5 by 3. Beta is equal to minus 2r plus 7 minus 2r, 14 by 3 plus 7, 21 by 3, which is equal to 7 by 3. Gamma is equal to 2r plus 1, 14 by 3 plus 1 means 3 by 3, that is 17 by 3. So we have coordinate alpha beta gamma as 5 by 3, 7 by 3 and 17 by 3. 5 by 3, 7 by 3 and 17 by 3. So option A is correct one, right? Now moving to the next question. We have a line x minus 1 upon 1 is equal to y minus 3 upon 2 is equal to z minus 4 upon 3 is parallel to the plane. Okay, so we have to see which of the plane is parallel to this line. That means we have to check whether which of the vectors, normal vectors of this line is perpendicular to this line, right? So we have one vector which is a direction ratio vector of line, that is I plus 2j plus 3k, and we have vectors of plane as normal vectors of plane as 2i plus j plus 2k, right? And from here 2i minus j minus 2k, and for this line 21i minus 12j plus k, and for this line 2i minus plus j minus 2k. So if we see which of the dot products is 0, then that plane is parallel to the given line, because that direction ratio is, that normal vector is perpendicular to this direction ratio vector. So if we see this will not be solution, because this vector dot this vector cannot be 0. So for checking the option B, 2 minus 2 minus 6, which is not equal to 0. So this is also not correct. Checking for option C, 21 minus 24 plus 3. So this is coming to be 0. So option C seems to be correct. And checking last option, 2 plus 2 minus 6, which is also not equal to 0. So for plane 21x minus 12y plus z, normal vector is 21i minus 12j plus k. This normal vector is perpendicular to the direction ratio of given line, right? So this plane is parallel to the given line. So option C is correct here. Okay. Now moving to the next question, which I guess is the last one. The shortest distance between the two straight lines, x minus 4 by 3 upon 2 is equal to y plus 6 by 5 upon 3 is equal to z minus 3 by 2 upon 4, and the line 5y plus 6 upon 8 is equal to 2z minus 3 upon 9 is equal to 3x minus 4 upon 5. So see, first we have to check whether the shortest between the two straight lines, that is straight line x minus 4 by 3 upon 2, y plus 6 by 5 upon 3 is equal to z minus 3 by 2 upon 4, and the line 5y plus 6 upon 8 is equal to 2z minus 3 upon 9 is equal to 3x minus 4 upon 5. So if you see that for the line L1 is x minus 4 by 3 upon 2 is equal to y plus 6 by 5 is equal to 3 is equal to z minus 3 by 2 upon 4. And line L2, if you write x here and take 3 as a common, then 3x minus 4 by 3 upon 2 is equal to y, taking 5 as a common, y plus 6 by 5 upon 8 is equal to, taking 2 as a common, z minus 3 by 2 upon 4. So these two lines have a common point, right? That is, since this line passes through point 4 by 3 minus 6 by 5 3 by 2, right? Because this is x minus 4 by 3, y minus of minus 6 by 5 and z minus 3 by 2. And the same case here, this L2 also passes through 4 by 3 minus 6 by 5 and 3 by 2. Hence both lines are intersecting. So these are intersecting lines, right? So distance between two intersecting lines is 0, shortest distance. The question is asking the shortest distance between these two lines, and these two lines we have seen that these two lines are intersecting, so shortest distance between these two lines are 0. So option C is the correct option. If this has not been the case, then we will be using the formula of distance between two skew lines. As we know that these two lines are not parallel, since their direction ratio 2, 3, 4 is the direction ratio of line 1, and 8, 9, 6, 8, 9, 5 is the direction ratio. 8 by 5, 9 by 2 and 5 by 3 is the direction ratio of line 2. And since their ratios are not same, so these two lines are not parallel. So first, if there is a question of finding the distance between two lines, then first see that whether these two lines are parallel or not. If they are parallel, then use the formula for the finding the distance between two parallel lines. And then second, see that whether these two lines intersect or not. If they are intersecting, then distance between those two lines are 0. Otherwise, use the formula of skew lines. Okay. So we have solved some questions, and I hope this is the last question. I hope you have understood the concepts of 3D and three-dimensional geometry and vector. Okay. So next we will be starting some other topics. Thank you.